Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of Pennsylvania. We're currently in the city of Philadelphia. Today we're going to be doing a driving tour of the Kensington neighborhood. We're going to spend a short period of time taking a drive through this open air strip. We're on Kensington Avenue at the intersection of Kensington Ave and Lehigh Avenue. We're gonna make this left-hand turn. I haven't been down this strip in over a year, so let's see if anything has changed. So on my left and on my right, I do recall there being a lot of people laying on the ground. There's nobody out here. They opened up that bike shop on my right, Richards. Wow. They made it more bright and visible. We have the police in front of us. They came through the Rocky block. Passing Bodinot. We're at Kensington Ave and Somerset. Surprisingly, on my right, I barely see anybody out. On my left, I barely see anyone out. I do see a couple stragglers. We have the Kensington supermarket on my left-hand side. On my right, I recall there being people in tents on the ground in front of the storefronts. I just see a couple people walking, but nobody posted yet. All right, on my left and on my right, I see some people right there sleeping. And on my left, at Our Place Bar, there's a couple people hanging on the steps. On my right, there's somebody completely nodded out. They're slouched over, and you got the highway patrol in front of us. On my right, I used to see tents. I don't see many tents. I do see a whole group of people next to R's Place. On this block on my right, Monmouth, there used to be a lot of activity there. There is still some people out there. I would say I just seen about a dozen or so folks. On my right-hand side, there would be a whole bunch of people against the side of that building. Oh, they got a cop stationed inside this building on my left, too. There's a cop in front of us, heading towards us. There was just a cop literally in front of us, the highway patrol. You see there's one right here passing on my left. And then there's one sitting inside McPherson Playground on my left, which had the nickname Needle Park. But there's actually a police officer stationed in the park. I want to go forward before we pass that park. I just want to see if anything changed. If anything changed for the better, or if it got worse. On my left, there's two people over there having a low conversation. A couple people walking. On my left, this is where they used to have the trash cans all lit up, the fires lit up with the tents and stuff. There's only two people sitting out there. We're passing Clearfield. Okay, here comes the tents on my left-hand side. We have about a dozen or so people out there, a bunch of trash, a bunch of tents. On my right, we have police out here. Wow. Talking to the young men that are out there on the corner. On my left, there's still a bunch of folks out here, though. But it's more confined to this block. Look on my left, there's a bunch of people. So that's a very common scene. And on my right, there's some tents. Those were the tents that I was referring to, like camping tents. But go ahead, dude, you want to cross? You have the shopping cart, go ahead, cross. He has a Lowe's shopping cart. And for reference, Lowe's is like 2 miles away. So there's people out here, but I feel like it's not as much people as it was. I don't know what's the story. I know that isn't there a new a mayor? And I think she had an initiative to address this area and put cops out here. And look, we just passed a cop on the right. There's another cop right here in front of us too. Okay, it could be promising. Could be promising. All right, how about we do this? How about we make a right? Make a right on Westmoreland. There's a cop on my left too, coming towards me. Whoa, I done seen a cop presence heavy today. There's like 15 cops, give or take. It's like on every other corner there was a police officer. Now I don't know if that has anything to do with deterring people from doing what they do. I'm gonna take one more spin around. So the blocks that I passed through are pretty much the most problematic blocks in the area. And half of those blocks didn't appear to have a problem anymore. I would say it got confined down to 3 blocks. Out of the dozen, maybe 12 to 15 blocks that had the problem, it's down to like 3 or so blocks from what it appears. I'm gonna make a right on Madison, and then we're gonna go back down the opposite way. And then we could turn up McPherson, so you can see that there's an actual cop parked inside McPherson Square, which is what some of you may know as Needle Park. But the actual name to that park is McPherson Square. I heard there was a movie shot there back in the 70s. I forgot the name of the movie. If any of you guys know that movie, it was shot in Philadelphia, and I think specifically in the McPherson Park area. Comment it in the comment section. Share that with me. Somebody commented a few years ago, and I completely forgot to watch it. But I would like to check it out. They said it was like an old 70s movie. An actual film. All right, we're making a left. We're back on Kensington. But I mean, from the 300 or so people that were out here, this person just pulled out to then pull back in. Out of the 300 or so people that were out here, it looks like it's down to like 70 folks maybe. I'm looking up and down the blocks. There's another cop in front of us that's turning onto Kensington Ave. There's a cop on my right with the lights on. Did he pull someone over? Yep, they pulled someone over. So there's a heavy police presence in this area now. There's some people in front of Nueva Esperanza. What's that, like a health center? On my right, this still looks just about the same. But who knows if the police would just rather like to have it here, confined to one area. It's a little bit more controllable than having it out all under the L. Who knows if they pull up and they see them in another area and say, hey, take it up to Allegheny. You know, if they see somebody messing around 4 or 5 blocks up and they see them all, doing what they do, cop probably pulls over and says, hey, don't take that away from here. Take it up the block. You know what I mean? They probably tell them to take it up the block. I'm just assuming. I don't have no facts on that. But I can only imagine that they would probably prefer to keep it confined to one little area. Because it was a lot worse. It was a lot worse. The last, I would say, 3 years, last 3 to 4 years, it was on every block and it was in abundance. I wonder if a lot of those people found help, if they were able to rehabilitate or rehab. There's a cop in front of us. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn. This is McPherson Square. There's 2 cops here at McPherson Square. There's one inside the park, and you can't even see the one in the park, because I would probably have to come all the way around for y'all to see the one in the park, but the park looks empty. There's normally people sitting all along this side here. Look at, there's a cop right here. Impressive. Now I want to know how they're gonna get rid of the remaining. That's like having chicken pox. You have 500 chicken pox bumps, and now you only got 80 bumps left, but you still got chicken pox. You know what I mean? Like, you still sick. You know, that's like saying you can't say that I'm halfway sick. It's either you're sick or you're not sick. Until you're fully healed, that's when you're cured and you're healed. But if you're still sneezing and coughing, then you're still sick. So if there's still straddlers around the neighborhood, then the neighborhood is still sick. Metaphorically speaking, of course. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. It's not impossible. It's not an impossible feat. Not an impossible battle. It's going to take a lot of effort. Should I go right here or should I go straight and make a right on Allegheny? Let me go straight and make a right on Allegheny. You know, nighttime is when they really come out. You know, there's a song, The Freaks Come Out at Night. The freaks come out at night, right? So normally, the folks come out at night. But they just blew my mind with this one. Let's see how long it lasts. That's the question. How long has it been like this? You know, I've been away for several plus months. It's been a year since I've been in this area. Still got family and friends here, but I choose to not come to this area. And I decided to pass through it today. It wasn't on my to-do list, but it was one of those where, hey, I'm right up the block. Might as well take a spin, document the area a bit, see if there's any progress. And there is some progress. Some. Keyword some. Now where does that go? It's like, no pun intended, but it's like a zombie apocalypse. If you still leave, if let's say you have a zombie outbreak and there's 1,000 zombies, and you get rid of 990 zombies, but there's still 10 zombies, those 10 zombies can bite a bunch of other people and then the outbreak will happen again. So of course I'm using metaphors and stuff, figuratively speaking, but we're passing F Street, we're on Allegheny. But I wonder, how they plan on removing the total problem. Because all it takes is a few of them to still be around here for this to still be a problem. There's a cop right here in the middle of the street on my left-hand side. Right here, we're about to pass him. Right there. And there's another one on my right-hand side. So as you hear, I've been just saying, there's a cop here, there's a cop there, there's a cop in front of us, there's a cop behind us, there's a cop on this corner, there's a cop on that corner. Cops everywhere. Took them long enough. I mean, the cops only do but so much, because as you can see, there's still people out here getting messed up. Look, there's a bunch of people laying right there on the steps of the Esperanza Healthcare Center. This block right here was a troubled block. Look at this. So there's a guy on my right. Looks like he's smoking a pipe. And not the pipe where you put tobacco in. But let's just say the pipe where you put Brillo pad in. And if you know, then you know. But this block right here, even this block, I remember coming through it and seeing like 20 people all laying on the sidewalk and all getting all messed up. Look at, there's way less people. Where's the party? Did they take it underground? No, serious. I'm happy for the folks around here, because I know it affects the folks that live in this area the most, especially the kids. The kids become desensitized to it, and it's like they think that it's normal to see people laying on the ground all passed out. I'm gonna cut through one more time just to see the last pass through. Pass through one more time, and I think I'll be content. passing G Street. I used to sleep over this block when I was a kid. They got my mom's old house. Porch light is on. Wow, that's crazy. That's wild. Yeah, my mom used to live on this block. She lived in this block, then the block behind this block, and then like a block around the corner. I didn't grow up with my mom. I grew up with my pop, but my pop didn't live far from here either, so I would just sleep over, you know, when I wanted to visit or whatnot. Hence why I'm very familiar with the area. I'm from the area, but the house that my mom used to have was vacant for quite some time. And it is lived in. People living in it now, so that's weird. I slept in that house when I was a kid. Let these go. Hey, I need that front lip. Man, pull them over. Yo, sir, would you sell me the piece of your bumper, please? Sell me the lower front lip of your bumper, please. It's called the Valance. What a name, huh? I gotta hit the junkyard too. But for the most part, y'all can't see my face, but I got like the crinkled up lips and I'm shaking my head. I'm nodding my head forward. Not bad. Compared to the way it was 2-3 years ago, not bad. I need somebody to chime in. Somebody who's here often, you know. Not somebody who just watches other people's videos. Somebody who's living around the corner. Say, yo, Tune, they're right around the corner, bro. Yeah, it's getting better. Or nah, Tune, bro, it's getting worse. They just capped you up, bro. They hiding all in the basement. From what I see some progress. Because this neighborhood's usually alive at all times of the night. It don't matter. There's always people out here. Rest in peace, Memorial, all right? Yeah, that cop, you can see it on my right hand. You probably can't even see it. He's so far, but there's another cop too, facing this side. So that park so far got 3 cops in it, one on every corner. There's a cop right here too. Holy smokes. That's where all the Philadelphia cops are. They're in Kensington. Seriously, like no joke. Look at this, another one right here on my right. But now the question is, do the cops really do anything, or are they just there for like decoration? You know what I mean? Because they could just turn a blind eye to certain things. I'm gonna go straight. I'm gonna cross over Kensington. I'm gonna come past the donut spot, and then we're gonna head right back down Kensington and see if in 10 minutes if anything changed, just in case people were hiding, playing hide and go seek. They could have been like, yo, Tune's out, everybody run, Forrest, run. And then when I leave, all right, Tune left, come on, y'all, come out, bring them out. Nah, that's cool, man. I'm happy. And I would hope that a lot of these people have sought help. You know what I mean? I would hope that a lot of these people have went to rehab and, you know, re-linked up with their families and just got better, man. Most of them don't even want to be on the stuff. Most of them want to be clean, but it's not easy. The stuff that they're on is like 1,000 times more potent than the stuff that was out a few decades ago. This one on my left, they're like slouch running, kind of like a slouch on their back. You can usually distinguish folks. That's another thing. Like when you're around this so much, you know who's using what. You can usually tell by their body language. Certain substances give them certain antics, like mannerisms and whatnot. I'll make this right hand turn right here. We're on Ruth and Orleans Street. That cop right there, that was the one that I was telling you that. See his headlights facing us? That's the park in front of us. You see that blue pole on my right-hand side? And the light just turned green. There's a blue pole next to it. You see them two headlights facing us? That's a cop sitting inside the park. So yeah, the park looked pretty empty. And under here, under this avenue, for the most part, it's pretty empty. I would say if out of 100%, I would say how much out of 100% is still out here, I would say 30%, 20% is still out here. So that means that they somehow managed to relocate 70 or so percent. And again, I don't know if they relocated them or if they're just rehab or if they passed away. But what I was hearing, folks wasn't lasting too long either. The stuff was eating through their flesh. You would have people crossing the street and cutting you off, and you know, they'll be lost. There'll be people like tripping out, like right in the middle of the street. This is another cop right here on our left. This is undercover. Yeah, they have marked and unmarked vehicles, and that's one of the unmarked ones. Yep, on the back it has the numbers, so it doesn't have the full police wrap, but it does have the badge number thing, whatever that's called on the back. The car number, badge number, I don't know what you call it. There's a cop right here on my right-hand side. Look at him. Oh, that's what you call those guys? SEPTA officer. Transit. I said SEPTA. Transit police. But it's a team effort because this above us is the SEPTA train. So transit should be involved somehow too. Yeah, the Rocky Block is on our left. All this over here was really bad. And it looks empty, man. This looks empty too. Let me go down a little further, just to make sure they didn't push them all down here. And then I'll turn off the camera and I'll be like, yo, but they was 3 blocks up. I'll take that back. Take 2, cut. No, it's no laughing matter, but you kind of gotta make light out of a dark situation. It's definitely a dark situation. But I'm impressed. I just want to know how long is it gonna last, and can they wipe it clean? You know, wipe it clean. There needs to be some revitalization under that avenue. All them businesses need to come back and come back heavy. I'm talking about come back heavy. Nice businesses, nice restaurants, nice boutiques, nice cafes, so that people can't sit in front of their boutique or sit in front of their cafe or sit in front of their business. Because if the businesses are vacant, then they feel more of a privilege, of a right. It's like, hey, well, nobody's going in this building. The gates are shuttered. So why are you worrying about us sitting in front of it? But if all the businesses are in business and thriving, then it's like, yeah, we can't be here because, you know, there's families eating in this restaurant and so on. Yeah, guys. Right now we have West Kensington to our right and East Kensington to our left. Both of these parts of Kensington have been gentrified and or getting gentrified daily, yearly, monthly, weekly. And it looks pretty good, guys. So if you want to see more of the Kensington neighborhood in the past, feel free to explore my channel.